What's going on? Friends and followers across the globe, PC here coming to you from Tanzania, Africa, in LIVIN Village in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area. God, that's a mouthful. Today, I'm going to try to give you a rundown about the crazy life here in this little village, how I've been spending my time over the past 4 weeks, and maybe just some of the oddities about living in an area that struggles so hard to balance between conservation of the wildlife as well as accommodating for the indigenous people, namely the Maasai tribe, who are very pastoral and numbering over 90,000 in this area. So before I start there, thanks for the nudge for the content. I have a lot of footage, as you can imagine, in the past couple weeks, and I plan to organize it a little bit more cinematically into videos of things that I've learned and that I've seen, but it's made very clear to me, and much to my surprise, to be very honest, that many of you just wanted to see my handsome face offering up editorial. So here we go. First up, as you've probably noticed on Instagram, a lot of what I've been doing is just manual labor. That's what I wanted to do, to take a break and do something completely different. So I have been restoring the local parish's private school, doing hard work, shoveling, mixing cement, pressing and stacking bricks with my absolute legend of a pit boss, Leandri, who's also been teaching me Swahili along the way. And then just walking back at the end of each hard work day, just hands calloused, body aching, but mind and spirits completely charged and refueled. It's been heaven. I have volunteered a little bit with teaching the secondary school kids. Just a small amount of time has been needed there. A lot of them are on holiday this month, teaching mathematics, algebra, logarithms, trigonometry. I've had to brush up and take cheeky looks at the Wikipedia just to make sure that I stayed ahead of the curve with some of those lessons. And I've also been teaching a little bit of English and storytelling by way of, if you can imagine, and of course, Star Wars. A little bit hard to explain what a droid is or a lightsaber, so I think what I went with was Metal Man and Magic Spear. So the living conditions, on another note, just what I expected, just what I wanted. I wanted a stripped down, bare bones experience, deep dive into minimalism, and I got it. Bucket showers, hand washing, my laundry, just an amazing hostel staff that's working between the 3 different cabins, keeping us fed with lots of rice and beans, some goats, stew, chapati bread, and when we're really lucky, we have slaughter a sheep, and we have a big old barbecue complete with safari beer and Kilimanjaro. I guess the hospital's community is very transient and full of a lot of researchers, so everything from geologists to epidemiologists, that's disease specialists. And so you can imagine the dinner table, we have our own little castle-like style dinner conversation for scientists on the language. I'm getting used to it. I know all the program responses now, I just don't know exactly what I'm saying. So they say mambo, I say poa. They say shikamu, I say marahaba. They say habari za sabui, and I say salama. They say yusiko mwema, I say wewe pia. And they say pole, I say asante sana. Sounds good, right? Overall, the people have been so amazing, so helpful, so patient with me, from the parish staff to the hospital workers to the laborers to even the teachers, even this local herdsman, this little boy named Paulo. They've all helped me navigate the once intimidating village of Ndulin. They've taken me to Maasai village tribal celebrations. They've just made me feel more comfortable, even as I'm walking through crowds of elders who are just staring mouth agape at my tall, bearded white man oddity, and mobs of children are coming to me, grabbing at my cell phone and my sunglasses and chanting Mzunga, 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 which means white person. And I changed camera angles here to avoid continuity errors. One last thing, I just can't help but mention how bizarre it is to live in, a protected farm conservation area, but still in the bush with a 6 p.m. curfew, you know, because of the wild animals. So every night we scurry home to dinner, watching the sun go down, ever wary, ever watchful. We finish dinner and we go out on the patio to look at the widely vast southern hemisphere stars and constellations and shooting stars. But then as the wild animals start getting louder along the horizon, we retreat to bed. I shake out my clothes and roll them up again tightly because of the scorpions. And I crawl under my mosquito net and I listen to the wild dogs howling away at the prowling hyenas. And that's what serenades me to bed. So with that bedtime story, I think I'll just say bye-bye. Keep the comments coming on what you'd like to see more of. Give the love on Instagram. I thrive on it. I do plan to do a video next, a more cinematic one, on the safari trip that I took and the animals I got to see. I'm going to do another one after that on the Maasai people, view into the community. And then I do leave here at the end of June, so my goal is make sure when I go to Kilimanjaro I take lots of footage, and then by the middle of July you'll get to see some of that view from the roof of Africa. So stay tuned. Safari Gemma and Badai, which I think means good journey, and see you later.